Hey folks, it's Jumping Quills, and welcome back to another edition of the Weekly Ramble. It is Thursday at the time of recording, and my throat is doing much better than it was yesterday, Wednesday, when I recorded both Paint the Town Red and Bannerlord. Still a bit scratchy, but I'm doing relatively fine. Today's topic is something. It's not something I can be super energetic about, but or I guess in a way where it seems like it's a funny thing. This is more of a serious kind of one I wanted to point out, and it's self awareness. I'm not when I say self awareness, I don't mean oh, what is happening around you. It's obviously there's self awareness to oh, this person's going to do that, or this person's going to do this, or this is going to happen at this time, or this car crash is going to happen because of that. Not so much of that. When I say self awareness, I guess that would be environmental awareness. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, self-awareness. What is happening within you? What are you doing? What kind of person are you? What do you think of yourself? And I feel like I'm going to start off on this topic because I don't want to have this be at the end of the video or be end off on a low point. I feel like a lot of the times when we have self-awareness, this comes in the idea in our minds. And this is just me personally. I think of myself heavily a lot of the times of the actions I do. I can get upset with myself. Of the way I am sometimes, the things I've done in the past. That's important. That's hindsight. Hindsight's a part of self-awareness, especially if you comes to how you acted in the past or how you treated people, how you acted around people. And a lot of the times I feel like we use it, or in some ways I feel like it's more prevalent. We tend to notice it more when it's associated with negative feelings, which is going to be a whole other topic for another day. Definitely not next week because I want to do something energetic and lighthearted next week. But I know when it comes to doubt, when it comes to grief, feeling like you aren't good enough, that kind of stuff, that's when we start to think and kind of, unfortunately, go and think about self-awareness holy shit, this is the person I am, this is what I've done in the past, so this is the stuff I'm still doing. I want to stop it. I want to put this aside. I want to become or change for the better, or change for the better. I don't like the way I am right now. I feel like that's a lot of the times some people think about when it comes to self-awareness. And it sucks sometimes. It really does suck. But self-awareness is not a bad thing. I think one of the most important things to have as a person. Again, this is personally me. This is how I think it is. Do not, you don't have to agree with me. I really would like to hear the point of view from someone who does not agree with me. And if you do agree, if it's for different reasons, I'd love to know why. But, God, where was I? Yeah, being self-aware is probably, I think, one of the most important character traits someone can have. Whether they're struggling with something or whether they just are naturally self-aware, they tend to, have a pretty good idea of who they are. Even the minor things that they do that affect people. I feel like that's one of the most important traits, because if you aren't self-aware, if you're so absorbed in thinking that you are this perfect person, that you aren't you don't need to look into yourself to see how you act, if that's proper, I think that's probably the biggest flaw that some people will have. And because it leads them they tend to be pretentious, they tend to be assholes and upright, and probably they don't want to hear another point of view. I will admit I'm not perfect. This is again something that is on topic. I know that sometimes I can be biased towards information. I will hear something, and unfortunately, I'm not super well informed on the topic. I will tend to think, well, I heard this, but I didn't fact check it, or I heard this, I didn't hear the other side of it. I tend to unfortunately kind of lead towards that side, and I've made some pretty rash judgments on that kind of stuff in the past. Stuff I am not proud of, because I'm whenever I do that to myself, I think to myself, fuck, I betrayed one of the core principles that I held near and dear to my heart, and that's to try to know as much as possible about a topic or a subject to before I cast any kind of judgment or doubt. And so when I do break that, I feel pretty fucking terrible. Again, self-awareness. And so, there's just, I think I heard from somewhere, someone was talking, I think it was on a TV show, is a lot of people lack self-awareness. Is you can obviously, we are more attuned to the outside stimuli rather than the inside stimuli. We tend to notice when other people, haven't brushed their teeth or haven't put deodorant on or haven't showered. But a lot of the times our own nose doesn't recognize if we haven't brushed our teeth a lot of times. Sometimes we might even know subconsciously or even knowingly we haven't brushed our teeth, but we don't know how bad it is. We might think it's, oh, I don't need to brush my teeth because my breath doesn't smell that bad. Well, that's just us. Our nose and our body is, grows acclimated to that, and so it doesn't seem as bad as it is. But someone else might say, like, "Holy crap, dude, you need to brush your teeth. Holy crap, dude, did you put deodorant on? Have you showered?" And that goes for like looks, smells, even just basic etiquette. We might do something that we might not think is bad because generally we do not begin to understand how others might perceive it. And obviously there's something to be said in the argument for having individuality. Surely, if you don't want to do things the way other people don't want other people do it, fucking more power to you. I think everyone should brush their teeth. I will admit, I'm not the best when it comes to brushing my teeth. Sometimes I don't do it. I hate waking up in the morning. I'm super slow to wake up. And then when I do wake up, I'm usually like, I go downstairs, I get something to drink, I come back upstairs, I completely forget about it. At night, I'm terrible with it. I tend to brush my teeth more in the morning. I'm a lot better at it in the morning. But at night, I am always like... I love showering in the morning. I love brushing my teeth in the morning and put deodorant in the morning. At night, this is where I know I struggle. And it's a reason why I'm so fervent about showering in the morning, because I should shower at night too and brush my teeth at night. But a lot of the times I don't do it, not because I don't want to, but it's because I always let it slip my mind. I always forget. It's like, I'm playing a game, I'm on my computer, I'm playing a game, I'm talking with people, I'm having fun, and I'm just watching videos, I'm just kind of in the zone. I just forget about doing stuff that I really should do. And again, I always think to myself, I hated myself, back in the past, like I did that knowingly a lot of times. It kind of became subconscious to a point, and I look back at it, hindsight's 2020. It's like, crap, why the hell was I doing that? It's like, maybe I would have had more friends in high school, or middle school, or in college, or in elementary school if I had done this stuff better. We start thinking to ourselves, because of the self-awareness of all the stuff that we wish we would have done better. It's like, what would our life have been like if we had did this differently? Something that was within our control. If you were self-aware of like your looks and whatnot, if you are unhappy with how you look, unfortunately, I'm not much of a person to give advice on this. I think maybe try, changing your, if you can't change how much you look, if you think you don't look good, otherwise, if you think you look ugly, not to try to say that, you can't do a whole lot about it, especially if you're younger, if you don't have the money to get, plastic surgery, to get all these kinds of cosmetic products to make yourself look pretty. There are ways around it, but I think the best thing you can do, you got to come to terms with how you look. I have a hairline that it looks like a fucking Nike symbol. I wish my hairline wasn't like that, but every year it seems to get worse. And I know one day I'm going to go bald. I don't have the best fashion sense, but I know there are certain clothes that I just look fucking stellar in. There's a reason why my profile picture is a persona with the white undershirt with the black coat and black pants, because I fucking have that very attire in my closet. And when I put that crap on, I look amazing. I have shades that I have to wear outside because I have a terrible eyesight or terrible eyes when it comes to light, and that can cause me to have migraines. So having some like nice slick Oakley shades in that suit, that suit attire, that casual, that like. I think I look good. All right. I don't think I'm the most handsome motherfucker out there. If I was like, if I lost all my hair, I want to say I would look 1,000 times better. But until that day comes, I kind of have to just accept the fact that, yeah, my hairline's fucked up. Some people might look at it and like, think like, dude, fuck this guy's hairline. Like, he looks like he looks so stupid. And that's just, I can't stop him. I make fun of my own hair because it is what it is. Having self-awareness is coming to terms with yourself. It's coming to terms with who you are, not trying to reject yourself as a baseline. If there are micro changes, changes that you want to make to yourself, if you think that would be better for you, fucking send it. But don't try to change the entire person that you are, unless what you are, and if you have recognized this as if you are detrimental to your own personal health and to the health and happiness of those around you. If that is the situation that you find yourself in, then make that change. Know that it's going to be hard, right? Know that everything that you want to do, changing is not going to be easy, but all that means is once you do accomplish it, once you finally get to that point, you are going to feel a sense of satisfaction and gratification unlike any other. Because if you work for something, I feel like we are humbled when we work for something, and we know we've worked for something, and we see the results of it. And I think that's one of the best parts about self-awareness. A lot of the times I feel like crap when something is just given to me. Sure, I might be gracious for it, but if it's like something I didn't work for and it was just given to me even though I didn't deserve it, then, fuck. It doesn't feel right to me. It feels like I'm being pampered and I hate it. I want to work for something. I want to be good. I don't want to be the super famous YouTuber, right? I want, like, just because, I do like get one serious like call out or like, I win like a raffle or something, right? I just want to be, if I become famous, I want it because I didn't cater and submit to anything else. I wanted to do it because I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm having fun. I don't want to do super heavily edited videos. I don't think I ever will. Because at this point, I've kind of associated it with me and who I am as a person. I'd feel like I'm lying to myself if I didn't do it that way. I don't want to cheat myself. And, it takes a level of awareness to do that. Some people significantly lack self-awareness. I feel bad for those people because I don't think they'll ever really understand how much changes they could make just to make themselves an overall better person and more agreeable with everyone. But yeah, it's a little strange. And to end this off on kind of a higher note, and something I want to say of my own personal successes, and this is something that's recent, and this is kind of a change I've made to myself as of recent. In high school, I was pretty much, I don't want to say I was a loner, but I was not very social. I had a group of friends, a very small group of friends who I talked to. So I wasn't a loner, but I was kind of always thinking to myself, even, from freshman year to senior year. And there was reasons why. I know exactly why I was like that. And it's because of stuff that happened in middle school. That's going to be a whole other topic for another time because it's got its whole history and whatnot. But yeah, I was always kind of a little unhappy with how I interacted. It wasn't that I didn't like people. I was just like, fuck, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to engage with you. And as I got older and older, I'm like, okay, if I keep doing this, I'm not going to have any fucking friends. It's going to be as simple as that. The friends I knew in middle school and elementary school, I barely talk to anymore. And I fucking regret that to this very day. Because they were great friends. They didn't do me wrong. And, I get out of high school, I go to college, freshman year of college, I'm in a new school, I'm seeing new people, I'm on a college track team, and I'm thinking, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't remember having that many friends freshman year of high school. The people who I was most friends with were the roommates who I was assigned to in my college dorm. That was about it. I was barely friends with anyone on my track team, and that kind of stuff. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, this is like, at the time, this is the point I'm going to be in. This is where I'm going to be at. Right? Because I was like, I didn't have that self-awareness. Like, what is this going to do to me in the future? What is this going to make me, what's this going to make my future look like? And so sophomore year comes around, and I hated this coach when she first came in. But she was a thrower coach, and I remember it just, like, she wanted us to be like a team. She wanted us to interact with people. She wanted us to be, be friends, to be family. And I was like, fuck, okay, sure, let's go. I was like, I hated it at first, but eventually it kind of kept growing and growing as we did more team activities. I started talking more and more to the people in my workout group. We call ourselves the Jolt Ties, jumps, hurdles, and multis. I started talking to them more. I wasn't, I was getting better. I wasn't like an immediate switch. It was a very gradual thing. Come my junior year, I'm talking to them a lot more. I'm a lot more associative. I'm talking during warm-ups and talking during stretching. I enjoy conversation. I enjoy the banter we had. It was... even people who I don't normally see on a daily basis on the track team, I would talk to them. I enjoyed their company. I enjoyed seeing them. And I was like, fuck, I became a lot more sociable. And then, unfortunately, we get COVID. The whole COVID pandemic hits, and we suddenly stop having to see each other. And COVID made me realize just how much I had changed in this department. And this is where the self-awareness really fucking hit me. And it was during the time where I stopped practicing with people. I stopped being able to see people, out in my day. I was like, crap, the lockdowns, I couldn't go anywhere all that much. I thought to myself, it's like, COVID, like this fucking lockdown makes me realize I miss talking to people. It makes me realize I've become a different person. It's fucking, it was crazy. And then, that's when we finally got back into practicing my senior year. I remember that first day of practice, I was so fucking happy. because I was like, holy shit, I get to see my teammates again. I get to see these people. You know, it's like I get to, yeah, I get to be social, and it's just fucking weird. And I really, I don't think I'm there to the point where I want to be. I want to be more extroverted. I want to go out and do more stuff. And a lot of the reasons I don't do it because it's money. I don't have a job, unfortunately, so it is what it is. A lot of it was money, but also not wanting to push myself and find a way to make it work. So I want to make myself be social, and that's one of my biggest goals I'm going to have for a while. And I guess this whole like fucking this weekly ramble series is kind of a way to fucking push myself to do it. I'm sharing my own experiences, something I barely fucking do, because I want to get myself comfortable with that. Because there's things I want to confess and tell people around me, tell those I love, because it gripes at me this very day. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, I want to know what you folks think of self-awareness. Do you agree with my points? Do you think self-awareness is something else entirely? Or do you agree for different points? Or disagree? I want to know. I really want to know. So yeah, with that being said, that's all I have for this video. If you liked what you saw, or sorry, if you liked what you heard and you want to hear more in the future, you know what to do. This is Jumping Quills, and I'll see you folks in the next one.